Hey, what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Patreon. Thank you for liking and subscribing to my YouTube. But as well, I really appreciate that you guys have went the extra step and the extra mile to add me as your patron, to have me as your patron and under my patronage. Because what this Patreon guarantees you is success in magic. Will I do all the work? No. But the thing is, know that as an emissary of magic, an emissary of the infernal divine, what I will be doing is helping you to learn and understand magic. And by me being your patron, right? Patreon. We look at the word Patreon. Where does this word come from? What do you guys think of when you hear Patreon? Because what I hear when I think of the word Patreon is patron. So I take this role seriously. For myself, I look at that I am your patron, just like Lucifer, just like Hecate, Thoth, Belial. I am a guiding spirit in your life, giving you gnosis, giving you wisdom, frequency, energy, understanding, information, rituals, empowerments, meditations, articles, videos that are all guaranteed to help you to progress along your magical journey. I will be helping you guys to understand, and as well be making videos on the Sephiroth, the Qliphoth, working with dragons, how you can truly become a god and embrace your greatest version, and in that process become the daemon, become your guardian angel, become this thing that is most sought after within the occult. For what is the daemon? Look forward to future content on this topic, to future content on all aspects of magic. We'll go from the daemon and the true will, right? As well as the foundation to magic, starting with breath work, meditation, grounding, the foundation, as well as understanding the circle, why we use the circle, how it empowers us, as well as the triangle of manifestation. I'm going to be bringing you in depth into the magical art form that is invocation, or the art form that is magic, magic as an arte, as an art form, a skill and a craft, because we aren't just born with magic. Yes, we are. We all inherently have and are magic. But what we must do is continue to work this muscle. Just like going to the gym, right? Going to the temple, going into ritual space. We have to prep ourselves. We have to prep our mind. We have to understand what we're getting into. And as someone that hasn't fully walked the path in knowing or doing the right things the whole time, I'm now a guide that as I've ascended, as I've embraced working with Hecate, Lucifer, Belial, I have became them. And in this process, I am, and I've gone through this process, I am a Lucifer. I am an overseer of hell. And in this way, I can help you in your workings. I can help you to guide and navigate through the Qliphoth and understand things where a lot of people would have pitfalls. Why hire me or work with me, or why this Patreon instead of another one? Because I have the ability to attune you. I have the ability to empower you. That's why if you do get the highest tier service, the 4th tier, I believe it's called Draconian Emperor or Draconian Ruler, that every month at the beginning of the month I will be empowering you from the 30th until the 1st, I'll be either doing a ritual on the 1st or the 30th, or even in between, shifting those days. And then this will set you up for the whole month. So as I do this ritual with Ganesh, the infernal divine, Shiva, Hecate, Kali, all of these beings, it will be for healing. It will be for abundance and manifestation. It will be for wisdom, intelligence. This ritual will attune you to everything that you need. And from that, it will help you to connect you to your source, bringing in all of these energies, planets, deities, synchronicities, right? People, bringing in all these energies for you to manifest and create the empire in which you desire. So throughout my journeys, I've accumulated this wealth, this knowledge, this understanding, as well as I've cultivated this vibration, this frequency. So from this, I'm able to emanate that same vibration and frequency to you. And in the same way, I actually had a client just the other week where he was in the cliff off. He asked me, will I ever get out? And I told him, the thing is, in order to get out, you have to understand what you're going through. You have to understand the journey and the trials. What you need to do is work with dragons. And then he said dragons, right? And then as we started to work together, I presenced the vibration and the frequency of dragons. If someone hasn't finished the Qliphoth, hasn't done their initiations, they can't presence a dragon in the same way as a draconian wielder, as someone who has already went about the path, that learned under the dragons, learned under the draconian gods, learned under the dragons to become the dragon. And then from that I embraced myself as the dragon rider, as the rider of the dragon. This is the most powerful spot to be in after your Qliphothic workings. And then as I presenced that energy for him, what this allowed him to do is attune himself to that vibration. He was down here. The dragons are up here, vibrationally, right? No ego. It's like as above, so below. So him being down here, what I did was, as someone that can go up here, that can traverse the different vibrations, realms, dimensions, right? I went down to him, and then I gave him that vibration, allowing him to elevate higher. And that's actually what I do in my consultations, is that wherever you're at, whatever you need, I can see that, and from that I can attune you. It's not just me, it's as well Lucifer, Belial, Hecate, Lilith, Hermes, Thoth. If you're working with these beings, I as well work with these beings. So what I try to do is, I am a scribe of Thoth. I am an initiate of Lucifer. I am a son of Hecate in many ways. So they work through me. I do the work in the physical for them because I'm grateful for what I've been given: gnosis, knowledge, understanding, wisdom. And from everything that I've learned, from necromancy to the Qliphoth to working with demons, to the death current, to vampirism, to planets, astrology, right? All of these many different aspects of magic, invocation, evocation, possession, right? I've went through all of this. I've been working and walking this path for about 7 years, 5 years, about 5 or 6 years doing invocations, King Paimon, Astarte, Hecate, Lucifer, Lilith. And then I started to work with dragons and embraced as well the dragon energies. So in any way, guys, know that this Patreon is literally imbued with energies to help you to ascend, to help you to transcend this experience and become your greatest version. The whole point I'm making this Patreon is so that I can give you guys the tools that I've had to become my greatest version and to master myself. This Patreon is dedicated to self-mastery, growth, evolution, ascension. It is dedicated to Hecate. It is dedicated to Lucifer, Belial, Thoth, Horus, Hermes, all of the beings of light and dark in which I work with. Know that this Patreon is a perfect balance. So if you're desiring to seek balance, if you desire to subside your chaos, then enjoy the Patreon and enjoy what is to come, because I know I only have a few videos at the moment, but what I've planned out over time is immense. And as well, the ritual that I do every month for the top tier, the 4th tier, I've been doing it for myself the past 2 to 3 months, and I've noticed a dramatic change. I've been brought to all of these. I've had so many synchronicities. I've been brought where I needed. I've had so much information come to me, all because I created a ritual. I chose to embrace the path. And I know that as I start to do this ritual for other people, it will open your life to everything that you need. And I can guarantee that. A year ago, I couldn't guarantee that. I would do rituals. I'd feel that they're hit or miss, right? But then as I worked on myself, I got to a certain point where I'm doing rituals, and in the ritual, things are already manifesting for people, right? So this shows my power, my influence over reality, but only after finishing my journey, my trials, and transcending the cliff-off. So this is what I teach. This is what I will help you guys with. Know that by becoming a part of my Patreon, by requesting me as a patron, you can, I give you access to my chat. I'm going to be creating a Discord so that we can commune, and we can as well help each other at helping to create a circle of high-level magicians. Even if you're not high-leveled or ranking now, go look at the knowledge, the wisdom, and the information that I have to come, as well as this ritual. It will bring you into becoming a master occultist, into becoming the greatest version of yourself, all because you chose to take a few steps and embrace your evolution and your ascension. Know that when you are requesting either service, or a ritual from me, that this will propel you forward along your journey and in your evolution, because what I embrace is aeonic evolution. This is a new aeon. So by allowing me to transmute you, by working with me and embracing my gnosis, my writings, my videos, my vibration and frequency, what this will start to do is attune you to this next coming aeon. Magic is aeonic. If you are not using magic, you are not in the next aeon. This is the age of Aquarius. This is the higher dimensions. They are being presenced here. I actually have a video about dragons. Amazing video. Go full in depth on dragons. Who they are, what they are, right? Where I actually talk about, in a similar way, a collective DMT upbringing, DMT release. So as well, you can go watch that. And I can guarantee you that that video will help you in understanding dragons, and as well the path that you walk. I am a draconian initiate, started with Lucifer. Before that, I worked with Hermes, Thoth, Horus, right? And then from working with the Egyptian pantheon, I cleansed myself working with Ma'at, right? The law of Ma'at. From working with Ma'at so much, this allowed me to cleanse myself, that when I started working with the Kundalini, it wasn't as intense. I worked with the Kundalini with Shiva and the Hindu pantheon. I worked a lot in depth with Ganesh, Kali, Shiva, right? So I can teach you, I will be teaching you the Egyptian pantheon, the Hindu pantheon. And then from there, I went into the Qliphoth, where I started working with Lucifer. I started working with demons, King Paimon, Belial, right? I started working with the night side, Hecate. But this is only because I grew myself in the light. I grew myself to understand this gnosis and this wisdom. I cleansed myself as well before diving into demonic magic and the Qliphoth. If you are not pure right? If you're not purified and you start to work with Qliphothic, or you start to do Qliphothic workings and spheres, and you're not really attuned, you're not ready, you don't understand, right? You're just going to be steamrolled. These energies will carry you instead of you carrying and influencing and affecting change in your reality through them, right? So these energies can overtake you. They can overpower you. It's happened to me. I didn't know. This is why we use a ritual space, why we use a circle to empower ourselves, so that as well it's not just throwing all these random chaotic energies around us. This is why we have to understand the path that we're walking. Much damage can happen to us if we're not doing this right. It has happened to me. I didn't walk the path correctly at first, but that's why I'm a teacher. This is why Hecate has told me to teach, why Lucifer has told me to teach, because I have the knowledge and the wisdom from my failures, just as I have it from my successes. Because as much as I've failed, I've had more success along my path. And I can see that with the way I act, with my intelligence, the way I see my mind and perceive my mind. There's trials that you go through. When you encounter the abyss within the Qliphoth, you have to face Choronzon. There's a way. There's an alchemical way to do this the right way. But you have to understand how to do it. And I will be teaching you guys this on my on my Patreon. I will be teaching path working on my Patreon and how to work with these beings. So what I'm going to be doing is giving you guys the knowledge, the information, and the wisdom, how to do it, the rituals, as well as the beings. Work with these beings: Lucifer, Hecate, Lilith, Belial, King Paimon, especially Hecate, though. Beautiful being, beautiful goddess to work with, and will help you in many ways. We don't just work with certain beings out of ego, but why you'd work with certain beings over others is that Belial can help you cross the abyss. So before even getting to the abyss, this is why it's worthwhile to work with Belial, because what he'll do is attune you. His job is literally to attune the children of the night side, to prepare them for the journey in which they're going to go through. If I didn't have Belial at the beginning of my journey, I didn't talk to him as much, but he was either the first or the third sigil that I wrote up, and I didn't even commune with him. But then as I started to walk my path, I at some point did, and I saw why I wrote the sigil and why I was doing all this and getting into this path. So know that the spirits will lead you to where you're meant to be. Hell, they probably led you here so that you could see what you need to do and embrace the journey that is ahead of you. So no, guys, none of this is of ego, what I speak about. All of this is just to show you of what you can do and who you can become. I'm here as a reflection of you, as a mirror, to show you how you can become your greatest version, to show you how to master yourself, and in the process will master magic, and as well as mastering your reality. I'll teach you abundance manifestations. I'll teach you how to get out the Qliphoth. There's so much that I have to teach you guys. I'll teach you necromancy and working with spirits of the dead, and how you can use this in your business, in your magic, and as well in ascension. But most importantly, I will be teaching you ascension and to embrace the path. I'll be giving you the tools to become your greatest version, and as well who you're meant to become. And with that, guys, I hope you have a beautiful day. Stay hydrated, stay meditating, stay studying, and stay elevating, guys. With that, peace. I'm your host, O'Shea. As well, you can call me Atanu or Cool Cat. And this is Occult Cat TV Patreon special. Hope you guys have a beautiful day. Peace. I'm out.